Good afternoon, friends. Brooke with the Restoration Project here for episode 2 of what I'm calling Brooke's Bites. Just little tidbits, little bites of info and knowledge, learnings and growings that I have had over the course of the last several years in business ownership. So this goes out to those of you who are out there hustling a side hustle or owning your own business, growing your own company, having partnerships with others and doing that. So this is meant to be fun, lighthearted, kind of a play on what my business coach had asked me to reflect on over the last several months here. And so just sharing information as a fellow traveler on the path with y'all in this life. So, all right. So episode 1 lessons, the 2 lessons were align your passions and forget the plan. So lesson number 3, to piggyback off of forget the plan, to go a little bit more into detail on that, that's difficult, right? Like letting go of the plan, because society and culture likes to trick us into thinking that we can just take a bunch of steps up and to the right, and we can check some boxes, and then voila, we will have the plan, we will have control, we will have certainty, we will know what's coming down the road, we will know what's at the other end of the train tunnel, the headlights that are coming at us we'll be well prepared for. And the fact of the matter is that is just not true. So forgetting the plan, lesson number 3, I had written down, keep a loose grip. And what do I mean by that? So I always envision holding a little baby bird. So you want to hold it, right? And that's the analogy of the baby bird, is that you are, your business is the baby bird, right? So you're holding it in your hand and you want it to survive. You want to feed it. You want to nourish it. You want to hold it so it doesn't fall down and get hurt seriously. You want to provide it just some tender care, right? You don't want to choke it to death. So keeping a loose grip, meaning as your business grows and changes and evolves, keeping a loose grip on the plan, what it's supposed to be, what you envisioned it to be, what you dreamed it to be, what you want it to be. All of those things will frustrate the heck out of you, and they will suck the passion of what you're doing and the whole reason why you started this in the first place. And I'm speaking from complete experience with the early bird, which, what an analogy, huh? Holding a baby bird. Didn't put that together until just now. With the early bird, which is the coffee shop I owned for about 9 years, I choked that thing to death in the last few years. And quickly in 2019, my passion had burnt out. My candle was completely gone. And people on the outside had no idea that I was burning the candle at both ends, and I was severely unhealthy inside. I had choked it to death in ways that I didn't allow it to evolve. I didn't seek outside support. I didn't seek any support, honestly. I tried to go at it alone, and I tried to do everything alone. And that was my own work to do, right? That was a huge lesson that I learned, and I've had to learn it many times since. That might just be a constant lesson in evolution for me, I think. But I tried to control things that I really didn't have any business controlling in the first place, right? Instead of letting it be what it was going to be and pivoting and shifting the ways that I did things and leaning on people for support, I crushed it, right? I crushed the baby bird. So I would just say learning that lesson again in the restoration project, and granted, I have a partnership now, and having to learn that lesson with a partner of when to hold it, when to cover it in a blanket, wrap it in a blanket, and when to just kind of let it breathe, right? There's discomfort in opening it up and just letting it try to fly, right? There's huge discomfort in that because we don't know, right? We don't know the right answer. You have to try something and let it feel. Hold it, feel it out. Is it the right move? Is it not, right? Constant changing, shifting, pivoting until you get to the next right step, right? We don't have to have the next 10 steps figured out, just the next one, and then feel it out, right? Be connected enough to yourself that you know whether or not it's been a right decision or not. And own up to yourself. And if you're in a partnership or, in leadership with a bunch of people, having those difficult conversations to say, hey, this isn't working, right? This doesn't feel good. So we have to pivot. What are we going to do? Having that safety and trust with those people, and knowing your roles within that partnership or that leadership team too is hugely important. Leads me to my next reflection lesson, which is building a community of support. Call it your board of directors. My business coach calls it his kitchen table cabinet. Having those people in your support circle that when you feel like it's not the right move, or you're feeling that level of discomfort, that you have that outside perspective, a coach, a mentor, a board of director, a person that you admire or that you trust significantly that will listen, offer advice, offer support, offer just some guidance and that outside perspective to help you get back on track. Similarly, support system in tools and practices. Again, burning the candle at both ends, I did not have any support system in place. I definitely did not have a coach. I did not have a mentor. I did not reach out to people that I trusted. I also did not have tools and practices in place. I was just running ragged. I was burning myself out, trying to control everything. And that didn't end very well for me. So the second time go around, I'm much healthier and recognizing those patterns and recognizing and knowing when I need to slow down and regroup, reset, regroup. And without the support people in my life and the tools and the practices that I have, I would be right back to where I was several years ago. So those are the tips that I have today, the reflections that I have. Next time, I will give a couple more tips in a couple weeks, and I look forward to sharing some time and some space with all of you. Be good to yourselves, and we'll talk soon.